You are not thinking your thoughts. Your thoughts are thinking you. They are not casual guests in the hotel of your mind. They are the architects, the contractors, the very concrete and steel of the structure you live within. You believe you are walking through a world of solid objects, separate from yourself. A desk, a car, a city, a bank account, a body. This is the grand illusion, the primary deception. You are not walking through a world. You are walking through a manifestation, a physical, three-dimensional printout of a vast, unseen, and intensely personal force. This force is not out there, it is in here, and it is broadcasting with perfect fidelity every single second of your existence. It is the most powerful thing in the universe, and you have been given the remote control. Yet you have been handling it like a child, pointing it randomly, changing the channels in frustration, blaming the television for the show that is playing. This force is the sum total of your dominant thoughts, not the passing whims, the fleeting worries, the occasional spark of inspiration. No, the dominant thoughts, the ones you return to again and again, the stories you tell yourself when you are alone in the car, the silent commentary that runs beneath your daily actions, the deep, often unspoken beliefs about who you are, what you deserve, and what is possible. These are not thoughts, they are seeds of reality. They are packets of instructions sent to a universe that is not neutral, but obedient, a universe that is not random, but responsive. It is a mirror, a loom, a foundry, and your dominant thoughts are the pattern, the blueprint, the mold. What you are seeing with your eyes right now is not the present, it is the past. It is the delayed echo of thoughts you have already sown, now ripening in the visible spectrum. Your current circumstances are a fossil record of your past mental habits, and if you do not like the landscape you see, the relationship you have, the balance in your ledger, you must understand this with brutal clarity. You cannot change the printout. You must change the data being sent to the printer. You must become the master of the broadcast. This is the unseen force that built the pyramids, powered the Renaissance, launched humans into space, and forged every fortune and every tragedy in human history. It is neither good nor evil. It is absolute law. Like gravity, it does not care if you believe in it, it simply operates, and you are operating it right now, by default or by design. The question is, are you a passenger in this force, or are you its pilot? The bridge is open, the controls are waiting, but you must be willing to see the invisible, to command the intangible. This is not metaphysics, this is the physics of human achievement. Consider for a moment the paradox of your own awareness. You look at a tree, you perceive it as solid, separate, but science tells us it is a swirling cloud of energy vibrating at a specific frequency, held in a temporary pattern. The same is true of the chair you sit on, the device in your hand, the flesh on your bones. All of it, energy, vibrating, resonating. Now, what is a thought? A thought is also energy, a specific, complex electrochemical pattern firing across the neural network of your brain. It too has a frequency, a vibration. So you have one field of energy, your thought, interacting with the larger field of energy that is the universe, and the fundamental law governing all energy fields is the law of resonance. Like attracts like. Energy attracts its match. A high-frequency thought cannot coexist with a low-frequency reality. One must change. And the universe, in its infinite patience and infinite power, will always, always move to rearrange the physical world to match the dominant frequency of your being. This is not magical thinking. This is observable cause and effect on a quantum scale. Your persistent thoughts are a tuning fork, struck again and again, and the universe, that vast soup of potential, begins to vibrate in sympathy. It brings you people, circumstances, opportunities, and resources that are in tune with your broadcast. If your dominant frequency is lack, you will encounter more reasons to feel lack. If it is resentment, you will find more reasons to resent. If it is gratitude, you will discover more to be grateful for. If it is expectation of success, the universe will conspire to show you paths to that success. The titans of industry understood this not as a spiritual platitude, but as an engineering principle. Henry Ford's dominant thought was not, "Maybe we can try." It was, "The automobile will be commonplace." That thought, held with unwavering intensity, became a magnetic force that pulled the necessary mechanics, financiers, and materials into his reality. It organized chaos around a single point of belief. His thought was the ordering principle. Your mind is not a passive observer. It is an active participant in the creation of everything you experience. You are not reading these words by accident. They are an echo of a thought seed you yourself planted, a question you asked of the universe, now being answered in this form. The unseen force is delivering to you right now exactly what you have been broadcasting for. But here lies the great tragedy, the source of all human frustration: mental democracy. You have been treating all thoughts as equal citizens in the republic of your mind. You give the microphone to fear as often as you give it to faith. You entertain thoughts of doubt as readily as thoughts of certainty. You believe you are being balanced or realistic, when in truth you are creating a cacophony of conflicting signals, and then wondering why the universe's response is confused, stalled, or chaotic. The universe does not respond to your occasional brilliant idea. It responds to your emotionalized, repetitive, dominant signal. It is like trying to tune a radio to a station while constantly fiddling with the dial. You get static. A life of static is a life of unmanifested potential. The first act of mastery is to declare mental martial law. You must depose the committee of contradictory thoughts. You must appoint a dictator, a single, powerful, definite chief aim, and then allow only those thoughts into your inner council that support its rule. All other thoughts, the thoughts of doubt, the thoughts of unworthiness, the thoughts of limitation, are not enemies to be fought. They are noise to be ignored. You do not wrestle with darkness, you turn on the light. And the light is the focused, passionate, and persistent thought of your goal already achieved. This is the essence of the Hill philosophy, gleaned from Carnegie. A single idea, obsessively held, emotionally charged, becomes a physical fact. It is the monomania of the great creator. Walt Disney did not hold a vague thought of maybe some cartoons. He held with ferocious clarity the thought of a magical kingdom where families could experience joy together. That thought, that dominant, vibrating image, was so powerful it survived his own death and continued to pull that reality into existence. Your dominant thought must be so clear, so vivid, that it feels more real than your current surroundings. It must be your mental home. To build this home, you must engage in the most important work you will ever do: deliberate creation. This is not daydreaming. Daydreaming is a spectator sport. Deliberate creation is an act of sovereign will. It is you, in the quiet laboratory of your mind, assembling the new reality atom by atom, sensation by sensation. You must close your eyes and not just see your goal, but inhabit it. You must engage all 6 senses. What do you see in your achieved state? Not from the outside looking in, but from the inside looking out. The grain of the wood on your desk, the quality of the light from the window. What do you hear? The specific sounds of your success, the hum of productive machinery, the respectful quiet of your team, the congratulations of a client. What do you feel? The texture of the fabric of your clothes, the solidity of the floor beneath your feet, the emotional tone of satisfaction and peace. What do you smell? The air of that new environment. What do you taste? The celebratory meal. This is not fantasy. This is advanced navigation. You are programming your internal GPS with the precise coordinates of your destination. Your subconscious mind, that million-year-old supercomputer that controls your habits, your autonomic functions, your intuition, does not know the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. When you feed it this detailed sensory data, you give it a command. Make this real. Find paths. Alert me to opportunities. Adjust my behaviors to align with this reality. It becomes your silent partner, working 24 hours a day, solving problems you can't consciously solve, attracting resources you didn't know existed. Thomas Edison would nap with ball bearings in his hands, poised over metal pans. As he drifted into the theta state, the gateway to the subconscious, his hand would relax, the bearings would drop, and he would awaken with solutions to technical problems his conscious mind could not crack. He was harnessing the unseen force by accessing the workshop where thought becomes form. You must have a daily appointment in this workshop. It is your non-negotiable communion with your future. However, a vision without a vessel is a ghost. The vessel is emotionalized faith. Thought is the blueprint, but emotion is the builder. Emotion is the voltage. It is the amperage that sends the signal from the realm of idea into the realm of matter. A thought held with lukewarm interest is a weak broadcast. The same thought, electrified by the raw, pulsing current of genuine feeling, of joy, of gratitude, of the thrilling certainty of achievement, becomes a broadcast that can pierce any static, any doubt, any apparent obstacle. This is the burning desire Hill spoke of. It is not a mild wanting, it is a white-hot obsession that consumes lesser thoughts. It is the emotional fuel for the journey. You must fall in love with your vision. You must court it. You must feel the gratitude for its existence as if it has already manifested. This emotional signature is the key that unlocks the universe's cooperation. Why? Because emotion is the language of the subconscious, and the subconscious is your direct line to the unseen force. When you feel profound gratitude for something not yet visible, you are issuing a command in the universe's native tongue. This is already mine. The universe responds to that command by moving to align the visible world with your statement. This is why the rituals of the successful are filled with gratitude journals, with visualization charged with feeling, with celebration of milestones as if they were the final goal. They are charging the battery. But the world will test your signal. This is the critical phase, the discipline of maintenance. You will have a brilliant morning visualization, feel the surge of faith, and then by noon, an old bill, a discouraging comment, a minor failure will arrive. These are not random events. They are tests of your broadcast's integrity. They are the universe asking, do you really believe the new signal, or do you still believe the old reality? The moment you react to that bill with anxiety, to that comment with defensiveness, you have switched the channel back to the old frequency. You have retuned the radio to lack and limitation. Most people fail here. They have a good thought, but they let the evidence of their senses override the reality of their vision. The master understands that the visible evidence is the lagging indicator. It is the past. The new thought is the future pressing into the present. Your job is to protect the new signal. When the old world presses in, you must consciously, deliberately recalibrate. You must pause, breathe, and re-engage the feeling of the achieved goal. I am grateful that my finances are in perfect, abundant order. I am focused on my mission, and external opinions are irrelevant. This is not denial. This is selective focus. This is choosing which reality you will empower with your attention and emotion. You are the broadcaster. You do not report on the storm. You broadcast the forecast of clear skies until the storm dissipates from lack of attention. This is the unwavering discipline of the Creator. As you maintain this signal, you must begin to act in accordance with it. This is obedient action. The unseen force will guide you, but it will not do the work for you. It will open doors, but you must walk through them. It will bring you ideas, but you must execute them. Your actions must be congruent with your new dominant thought. If you are broadcasting successful author, you must obey the impulse to write, to research, to submit work. The action may feel premature. It may feel like you are pretending. Do it anyway. Action is the anchor that drags the vision from the ether into the earth. It is the proof of your faith. Every action taken in alignment with the new thought strengthens the signal exponentially. It tells the universe, see, I am so certain of this reality, I am acting as if it is already here. This builds a feedback loop of certainty. The Wright brothers didn't just visualize flight, they obeyed the intuitive hunches about wing design and controls, acting as if manned flight was a certainty despite all visible evidence to the contrary. Their actions were prayers in motion, and the unseen force of aerodynamic principle responded. Finally, you must understand the role of surrender. This is not surrender to defeat. This is surrender to the process. It is the release of the how and the when. You hold the what and the why with fierce clarity, but you relinquish the obsessive control over the mechanics. You broadcast the signal, you take the obedient actions, and then you trust completely that the unseen force is arranging the details in ways your conscious mind could never conceive. This trust eliminates desperation, and desperation, as we know, is a signal jamming frequency. Surrender is the state of peaceful certainty. It is knowing the seed is planted, the conditions are right, and now you must allow the laws of growth to operate without you digging up the seed every day to check on it. It is the patience of the farmer who has faith in the harvest because he has faith in the sun, the rain, and the soil. So now feel the hum, that low, resonant frequency in the background of your existence. That is the unseen force, and your thoughts are the dial. The landscape of your life at this moment is the station you are tuned to. If you wish to change the landscape, you must change the station. Not for a minute, not for a day. You must lock it in. You must become a monolithic broadcaster of a single, powerful, emotionalized reality. Stop being a prisoner of the printout. Become the author of the data. The unseen force is waiting for your command. It has been waiting your entire life. Turn the dial.